Welcome back to another episode of Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's going on?
Derek, we have John L Sullivan's sitting in front of us, which comes in at a cool $24.99 over at Addie's Fine Wine and Spirits on Transit Road in Williamsville. If you want to try this, swing over there and check them out. This will be on the top shelf of our stand for you to enjoy. John L Sullivan is a bottle that I've always wanted to try, specifically for a story that I will share during the weekly episode. So if anybody wants to hear that, make sure you tune into our weekly episode where I'll be wearing this shirt and Derek's wearing those clothes.
132.
And then you'll know.
Friend.
So, friend. Yeah, there's...
Praise the word of our sponsor, though.
Praise the word
Just
of our
say
sponsor?
Your sponsor. Who's our sponsor today?
Addie's.
There you go.
I already said that.
Well, give the spiel, bro.
I already started it, and then we got distracted by
Well, I'm putting you back
John
on
L.
track,
Sullivan's,
bro.
and then you coming in hot. So they got an in-house wine sommelier. Download the app, Addie's Fine Wine and Spirits. It's in the Google Play Store, Playground Store app thing that they have, or the Apple App Store. So
The Apple Wuhan Uyghur App Store.
so download it. Take a look at their inventory. If you are within New York State, they can ship to you. If you are outside of New York State,
We're working on it.
we'll talk about it in private messages. So more to follow on that.
Just
but
kidding,
yes.
feds.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, chill out.
Yeah, who's the nerd?
TTB or whatever your name is now, because you keep changing it every 3 years, so you're undercover, whatever, narcs. So I'm excited to try this. I assume it's Irish just because, first of all, his name. Secondly, it's triple distilled Irish whiskey, bourbon cask aged, and it's imported. Obvi. This comes in at a cool 80 proof, which means we can have a lot of it, Derek, because we worked up to that in the last 2.5 years.
Hell yeah. This impeccably smooth small batch Irish whiskey is triple distilled in copper pot stills and has notes of, you will hear our own notes. We don't get notes from nerds that think that putting it on the bottle is good. All right, so John Sullivan, the last bare-knuckle boxing heavyweight champion of the world. It's some notable facts about him as a person. The first glove boxing heavyweight champion of the world defended his bare-knuckle title for the first time in 1889 in a historic 75-round fight. 75 rounds. Are you kidding me? Oh, all right. The first American athlete to become a national celebrity and earn more than $1 million. Also, John Sullivan is an icon of the saloon culture of the time. His portrait hung on the wall of nearly every establishment across the nation. And today, his championship belt hangs in the Smithsonian National Museum of American History. That's pretty cool. There's a cocktail called the Bare Knuckle Old Fashioned, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. John Sullivan is a small batch Irish whiskey that is crafted using the finest local Irish ingredients before being carefully aged in bourbon casks. Distilled in copper pot stills, the spirit preserves storied traditions of whiskey production while appealing to the modern sporting man. This blended whiskey exhibits subtle notes of, again, we will talk about on our own. The whiskey in this bottle is truly worthy of the namesake of an Irish-American icon like a Boston Strong Boy. Learn more about at www.johnlwhiskey.com.
Let's crack this open. Label branding gives you everything you need.
It's a twist top, though. Not a fan. B. Starting at a B. We're going to go down from there.
B+.
I like the old picture. I like the old-timey notes. I like the gold. I like the dude on the front, who I'm hoping is an accurate representation of John Sullivan as a man. Established in 1858. That's kind of cool. Triple distilled bourbon cask imported. I like it. I'll go B+.
B+? I agree. Let's crack this thing open, give her a little pour, and then we'll dive into the nose.
Make sure this bad boy's rinsed, huh?
Well, pausing.
It was coming out light. Very light. I got a pretty heavy pour again, but that's fine.
It's an 80 proof Irish whiskey. Derek's going off the rails.
It's 80 proof. We're fine. All right, nose. What do you?
I don't smell anything yet. Because apparently we're racing.
Minerals.
Okay.
Smells like candy. Like once you get past the very little ethanol smell. Like this doesn't smell like ethanol at all. You get some nice like candied caramel notes. Like a sweetness of a sugar salted caramel.
There's a lot of sugar in this. if anyone has ever carried a 50-pound bag of sugar when they worked at, say,
sure
like
everybody
a
did, yeah.
Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts type job, where that's literally something you do all the time, Derek.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I would think we have 491 subscribers.
You were too busy
485 of them, I'm sure, did that.
You were protecting coats while the rest of us were pouring coffee. So chill out. Anyways,
No, I was a manager at Tops.
before
Take notes.
yeah, make sure your yogurt labels are facing out.
It's a regulatory issue. We'll get to it.
The smell that you get is when you open up that 50-pound bag of sugar and it punches you in the face. That's what this is. In a good way. It's not bad. There are some legs on this, but not too much. It's like this one runs quickly. I would assume it would do really well in a relay race if I had to pick an event.
This is the Usain Bolt of whiskey. But yeah, it's really sugary.
I can't taste it yet. I'm not allowed.
Like, I wouldn't even say this is wood sugar. This is just straight sugar.
Sugar, correct. So nose, I'm okay with that nose. I'm going to go B...
Minus?
Sure. I agree. B minus.
I agree. All right, initial taste.
Initial taste. Ooh, it's thin. You know how sometimes you have bourbon and it's like really full body?
Yeah.
Which is typically a wine term, but you know what I mean. We were there together. This is thinner. I could see this making a good cocktail.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
No, I don't.
You're getting a lot of like green grape, which is interesting because this is aged in an American bourbon barrel. So you wouldn't expect to get that like green, like grapey or even like a melon, cantaloupe taste. Like, it's a very refreshing fruit taste.
Yeah, and green bottles matter.
Bottles matter.
I thought for some reason you were going to say green grass, and that would have been like throwing me for a loop because of, I don't know, what is it, chloroform, or is that what you like knock somebody out with on a rag?
That's what you knock somebody out with on a rag.
Oh, so what's the thing that makes grass green or whatever? You learned about it. We did too in school.
I didn't pay attention.
Chlorophyll.
Something. Sure. All right. Nailed it.
We'll talk about it. We'll look that
Episode
up.
132. But yeah, I mean, it's light. It goes, like, you can get a nice melon taste to it. Like that, the regular melon, or even if you bit too far into a watermelon where now you're getting some of the rind. Like, that's what I'm getting from this.
You do that a lot, or?
I don't really have watermelon a lot. I heard seeds grow in your stomach if you do.
Oh, brother. There's a fruit taste to this and then sugar. But otherwise, not much.
And honey.
I mean, yeah, there's some honey. It's an extremely high hug.
Yeah. Doesn't burn at all, but
No,
it is
it's
also
like-
80 proof.
Well, right. But I mean, realistically, this sits like in the center of your mouth for the quote-unquote burn, and then it really doesn't. Maybe it's because we're fried and we need things to be over 100 proof, but
Could be.
it's fine. Tis is fine. There's nothing
So
wrong
initial
with a nice
taste-
90.
B minus again?
Yeah, I'm gonna go B minus. But again, for $25, this gets the job done. You know, I'd dig the Erie Canal for this. Me and my people.
Yeah. I think it's all right.
Yeah,
All right. Ending note.
it's kind of flat. Dissipates quick. It doesn't really linger, which, like, whatever. You know,
You're getting a little dryness on the end, though.
that is true. It does dry out on the end. I wonder what the mash is on this. And I wonder how long it was aged for.
Triple distilled Irish whiskey. It doesn't say anything about it. Small batch Irish whiskey is triple distilled. And
There's some char on the back end of the ending note. Do you pick that up?
A little bit. I'm picking up more of like vanilla, like the bourbon notes that the cask it was aged in are kind of coming at the end.
That's what, yeah.
But at
that's
that
what I
point,
mean.
it's already gone. So, like, if you're trying to pick that, if you knew, all right, so since you know that this is a bourbon finished product, your mind will subliminally pick that up. But if I didn't know and somebody just handed me this glass, I don't know if I would have been able to pick those bourbon notes up because it's just gone so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we would have known region because, I mean, based on color, it's super easy to determine it's an Irish whiskey.
We would have known it's Irish for sure, but I don't
Yeah.
know if I would have known that it was aged in a bourbon barrel.
Not at all. No, I would have had a lot of questions. Like, why is it like that?
Did you add stevia to this or what?
I'm sorry?
Stevia, like fake sugar, like sweetener. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how sweet. Like, I don't know if I've had an Irish whiskey that's this sweet.
You threw me off there for a second. I was
Why,
like,
stevia?
yeah,
Big
I
word.
was like, who the hell's Steve? Derek, who's Steve?
All right, and you know what? C plus?
This is going off the
Yeah,
rails.
C plus?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down for that. I agree.
Agree.
Final rating. Get this thing out of here. They're not a sponsor.
Arctic.
You and your 3-gallon water bottle. Goodness.
All right, final rating.
Final rating, Derek. Give me that countdown.
3, 2, 1.
87. 80?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like this.
We gave it all B minuses. You can't give it all B minuses and then go 95. Like, that's not how
I know that. I like Irish whiskey though.
Yeah, no.
And this is a good Irish whiskey, from in my opinion.
I mean, 80 is still a solid score.
Yeah,
Just-
but well, hold on. 80
ain't
and
no
87.
Clonakilty, that's what I'm
80.
saying.
Oh, it's definitely not a Clonakilty.
You can go pick up our single barrel at Addie's. But anyway, do the math. I'm trying to give you some time.
84.5.
No.
Clonakilty's got, a special
Don't
place
say
in my
that
heart.
with such confidence. Like you knew the answer.
Crushing it. Crushing it. 84. 80, wait, 83.5?
Yeah, there you
Are you
go.
serious?
84.5. Clonakilty is just like, you just said that with such conviction.
I had to come up with a number, so I'm just like, we're in negotiations.
All right,
That's
yep.
what we're doing.
Thank you all for joining. I'm sorry, and we apologize, everybody. But yeah, I mean, you can go pick this up. It's a solid Irish whiskey. An 80 and an 87 and 83.5 is a solid rating for an Irish whiskey. I mean, this is for the money. Why not, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
25 bones, doing good things.
You can get 10% off if you go to Addie's, too.
Yeah, take a look at the description below. So we appreciate that, everybody. We will see you next week. And then hopefully by then, Derek tells me who the hell Steve is.
Please remember, all you drink responsibly, be a good person. And Michael,
Do not litter.
we're out.
We'll be right back.